Moments that take your breath away. That's what we're marketing. All right. I'll get started just here in a little bit. I'm going to say hello to all the people that jumped in the chat, and then we'll start this video just in a few seconds. So I got Bill Shoemaker, Healthinators, Eric. Hi, Eric. Hi, Craig. Hi, Coach Bob. Great to have you guys on here. Hi, Mary. Hi, Matthew, my son, Melody Riba. I love and appreciate you guys. Hi, Karen. Great to have you on here. And we'll get started just in a few seconds. And yeah, I think this videos will be really super exciting. Scott Kloster, the Reacher. Wow, my day's a special day. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay. Moments that take your breath away. I don't want to be negative, but think about this. We've all heard about this. You can't take it with you. You can't take a home. You can't take the money. You can't take the awards, anything. So, again, you guys have heard this story many times, and it continues to be documented over and over again that when people are on their deathbed and they know for a fact that they're dying, they're physically dying here, taking their last breath, the only things they're going to remember are the things that took their breath away. For me personally, when I heard this statement, it was by Maya Angelou. And it says, life is measured by the number of breaths, not measured by the breaths that we take, but the moments that take our breath away. Why I stay motivated is a lot of companies or people will tell you you need vision. Vision inspires success in others now. You need a why to make you cry. All these things, right? But when you make money, first thing that people do is they might buy a reliable car. They might pay down debt. They might, figure out that they're making enough payment to be able to get a home in an area that they've always lived in. And, after all of this stuff and maybe helping out family and friends, like, again, imagine winning the lottery. And then after you get those things, it's like, I want to see the world. I want to see the world. And why would you want to do that alone? Of course, my son, Kyle, he went to Japan for 21 days all by himself. But I'm telling you, at the age of 62, when I look back at my entire life, it was the smiles that I was able to put on the people that I love's faces. So if you talk to Matthew, if you talk to Kyle, if you talk my older son, Robert Hollis Jr., you talk to my wife, it's like this consistently of imagining what you would do and what you would see and the excursions that you would do traveling. There is absolutely nothing in the world that opens your eyes more and makes you more of I would say, a very compassionate, empathetic, and loving individual is by traveling. But that also does that to your family, right? And so this is the deal, when I first introduce myself to people, I want to know their imagination. I want to help them imagine uh experiences that take their breath away, experiences that they were able to give to the people that they love. And so, man, that is the deal. Now, there's one other element to what I do is because, when I find people that want freedom, they want to make above average income, they want to travel, I usually go meet them. So the places that I've been all over the world, because I'll meet somebody online, I'll build a connection. Next thing I know, I'm going to Hungary. And now I'm finding a bunch of other people that want a better life and to create moments that take their breath away. And then the next thing I know, I have an organization of thousands and thousands of people, 7, 8,000 people that are all focused on one thing. and that's to live the best life they've ever lived. And, you know, when you do that, to think that you can meet one person, travel to meet them, meet the people that they know that have a similar mentality, that they want to experience life. They're not these people that are like, I don't want to go anywhere. I don't have the time and money. The world's going to end. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. Let's really honestly say that World War III is coming. World War III is coming. The president that gets elected, whoever that is going to destroy the United States. The world is ending. What are some things that you would like to do for you and your family before it ends? See, we used to say this all the time about, man, what if you knew you had 30 days to live? What if you knew you had 60 days to live? Would you would you quit your job? It's like it's amazing. Would you quit your job if you had money in the bank? I guarantee you that there will probably be like less than 1% of the people that if they had money in the bank, they got an awful diagnosis, excuse me, that they were going to no longer be on this planet. Then the rest of the time it'd be like, I'm always going to do the things. I know people, I've even seen shows where people figured out, well, if I'm going to die, let's see how far I can go into debt. Because when you really think about traveling, and maybe I'm just a weirdo, you tell me. Thank you, Bill Shoemaker and the Healthinators, the children and the orphans and people without parents are going to love it. Thank you for being a super chatter. And just think about this. When I got my first credit card, wow, they're gonna give me money? I know that sounds funny. My thought wasn't to buy something. My thought was to go to Las Vegas. And I have never been to Las Vegas, I grew up in Williston, North Dakota, moved to Montana to get a job. My very next thought, "You're gonna give me money? I'm going to Vegas." Because for some reason, working paycheck to paycheck, I never ever saved enough money in the bank to do that. Now, if you do what I do correctly, right, is help other people have a better quality of life, then guess what? They'll have time, they'll have money, and then we all can travel the world together, go on the beaches of the world. I see Melody Ryba on here. And, when we first got involved in MDC, we got a Learjet and we flew to Florida, took a private plane to the Bahamas. And my God, I'll always have that experience with Melody Ryba and my wife, flying on a private jet going to the Bahamas. Now, I know what you guys are saying. I get it. I totally, totally get it. I would never travel there. It's like, what if this is not about you? What if this is about, the people that you love, your significant other, your spouse, your children, your grandchildren? Why be a bah humbug person, a grumpy old person, and just not want to travel the world or help the people that travel the world? And so there's so many incredible experiences like getting out of debt and purchasing a dream home or purchasing a dream car or dream cars. And yeah, that's what life is all about. I remember this too. So I want to just share this with you guys. Is all of us, I think, experience some weird things in our life where it makes us go, wow, wow. Life is pretty fragile. Life is very fragile. So when we hear about these people that all of a sudden, oh my God, did you hear so and so is gone? It's like, wow, you know, did they really, really live the life that that had big smiles on their face and really happy, before they left? And another thing that Jim Rohn said to me, I just love him. He goes, Robert, everyone dies twice. I was like, really? And he goes, yeah. He says, of course, when we take our last breath of air here on this planet, that's one time we die. Another time we die is when Uh, people are no longer saying your name. So when I reach out to people, normally the very first thing they share with me is a video of us someplace other than our home. Hey, don't you remember when we all went to Hawaii? Don't you remember the time we went to Trinidad? Do you remember the time we went to the Philippines? Craig Jackman is on here. Can you remember when we went to Hong Kong? We went to Kuala Lumpur. It's like, wow, do you remember when we went to Cabo, El Capoco? You know what I mean? It's just fascinating. Remember going to Peru? I've been all over meeting people that want a better lifestyle. And I've traveled all over the world with people that are like-minded. Wow. So not only do you introduce people to a company and a way to be able to move their buying power, from Walmart, Target, Costco, and Amazon, and we all pull together, but now it starts making you income to really make the lifestyle that you've always dreamed about, that I believe that you were created to experience. I know when my mentor switched this paradigm in my head, I'll never forget it. He goes, Robert, do you know that every single thing from traveling to the airplane, to the hotel, to the people that take you back and forth to the airport, the uh, um, excursions, the incredible restaurants and stuff that you eat at, we're all going to Cabo. It's always neat to tell my wife, hey, guess what? The company came up with another trip that they're going to pay us. They're also going to give us 2 grand for our air flight, and they're going to give us 2 grand spending money. It's like, wow. Yeah. And it's always neat to be able to share that with people that I love, because then they go, wow, I thank you. I'd love to go there. And so I used to do that for my whole family. And then, they got old and got wives of their own and grandchildren of their own. And then I thought, man, if I could find a way to make sure that they had time and freedom, that my whole family could go on this trip. If I make enough money, my Matt and Hannah don't like leaving Milo and Rue. They're corgis. We don't like leaving Dex and Leo. It's funny when you make enough money that you could actually afford that flight for your animals as well. It's just amazing. I have this statement that I've said all the time is a luxury experienced once becomes a necessity. A luxury experience one becomes a necessity. And it can start out very small, like valet parking. You know what I mean? Uh, where I have homes, like we had in Orange County, went to the John Wayne Airport. They have valet parking for for your air flights, So you pull up and they valet park your car, wash it. At some of the malls that we've been to, the Spectrum, you pull up, valet park your car, they wash it while you're walking around the mall. It's like, man, I know there's some people that go, I wouldn't do this. I have to do this. I have to do this because the money that I make, when you make way above income, you don't want to give it to the government, so the government allows you to write it off. You know what I mean? So when Terry and I miss Hannah and Milo and Rue and Matt, we can go to an Airbnb and go hang out in Temecula for a while and hang out with them. And wow, life is so much bigger than you think. And so, I just know that each and every one of you, uh, the way that you will go into action. If you're saying right now, I'm stuck, I'm lost, I got learned hopelessness, um, whatever it is, I'm depressed, all this stuff is really because you're thinking about things in the past and you're worried about the future. As soon as you can click that gear and start imagining a bigger future for yourself, you get freaking excited. You get excited. I've never been there. I want to go there. I want to go there. So, the first thing that you should do with anybody is to get them into imagination, to get them to be able to get into an emotional state of, wow, wouldn't this be cool to tell your family that you're taking them someplace? If you're not an international, traveler, I mean, there's some places in the United States that your family needs to see. And, like Karen said, there's definitely places in the world and places in the United States that your family needs to experience, that your grandchildren need to experience. And so that's what always got me motivated. I remember getting in the first company and they told me, listen, we're having a big convention in Memphis, Tennessee. That's where the corporate headquarters are. And I'm going like, I've never been anywhere. I wanna go to Memphis, you know what I mean? And then it was like Nashville, and then Orlando, and then Miami, and then Fort Lauderdale, and New York, you know what I mean? And California, It was like, "Oh my god, why if the world is really ending, I need to share with you how to get your imagination back, how to imagine like a little kid again." What do you want to do when you grow up, Bobby? I want to be a fireman. I want to be an astronaut. So every Sunday we have a course called the Imaginators with the money back guarantee. You're actually connecting with us, which money also goes to the orphans and people like that. So it's like I love giving money back. Again, a tax write off, and so I love and appreciate you. If you will not go into action unless you imagine things that can take your breath away. And if you're like me, I not only like having my breath taken away, sort of like taking a picture with my eyes, seeing the smile on my wife's face. One of the last trips we went to is Coeur d'Alene, and we went up there on that lake and, brought the golden retrievers and, we're out there on paddle boards and a ski boat and wave runners. And, the house was like rat, you walked across the street and you're a rat on the lake. And it's like my wife showed me today an Airbnb that was in North Carolina that had a 70-foot water slide that went from the top story of the house into the lake. And it's like, man, there's so many things to do. Go out, in the desert and ride, dune buggies, or quad racers. And I know some of you are going like, I'm not interested at all. Well, maybe it's some place that, like a national park like Yellowstone or Glacier National Park or the Redwoods. There's so many incredible, beautiful parks in the world. Um, Man, let's get it done. Let's get it done. I will show you word for word, step by step on exactly how to do that. So, if you want people to move into action, get them imagining and getting emotional about a bigger future of things that are going to happen in their life 60 days from now, 90 days from now. You know what I mean? So, I love and appreciate each and every one of you. If no one's giving you permission to succeed in life and be happy and fulfilled, to build, when people see your social media, if you're one of those people, it's like, are these people constantly in a different place? How did you guys all be in Nashville? We all met each other in Nashville, So I love and appreciate each and every one of you. I know you can do this. I know that you can do this. If you've ever seen a video that inspired you, seen a video that maybe made you sort of upset, or maybe had a video that made you, emotional because it gave you so much joy, or, a funny video that makes people laugh. Have you ever seen a video that made you feel like, wow, I got to share this with the world. I got to share this with these few friends. I got to do this, man. That's when it becomes fun. So, You were created for greatness. I do want to finish that one thing that my mentor said to me is he said, Robert, regardless of what things that are out there, the places to travel and these resorts and all this stuff. Do you know the only way they make money and take care of all their employees that have children? You want to support more people on the planet, you need to experience more things because every one of those places will be shut down if people don't go to them. And I just went, okay, my job is to make sure that people keep their jobs. And so, yeah, I know it sounds out there, but hey, why not check out every resort that's in all the top 25 or 50, major cities in the world. So I'll talk to you on the next video. I hope you guys are going to have a wonderful and great day and bye for now.